Okay, so I've selected the floor plan PDF, and I have zeroed in on the area that I want to concentrate on, and I'm going to click on Import Selected Area. Okay, this is information telling me that I need to set the scale of this plan. So all you do is zoom in to the to any dimension line, really. I want to find one of the longer dimension lines, and let's see if I can use this one down here. Okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to mouse down on the left end of it, and I'm going to release the mouse button on the right end of it. And now it's telling me to enter that distance in, I got to move this over, in the box up at the top. Well, if you look down here at the bottom, that's 99 feet 0 inches. So I'm just going to enter 99 feet and leave the inches at 0 and click OK. Okay, and it tells me this the scale was set successfully. So I just click OK. And now, if we had a multi-story project, we would go to the next level. Over here to the left, I would select the next level, and I would go through the same process again. I would import another plan just like I did before, and then that would be level 2. And you can add levels all the way up to 6 total by importing one plan at a time. So now I'm going to go back to floor level 0 since this is a one-story project. So the next thing I want to do is I want to draw some walls over this plan. So I'm going to click the wall button from the wall, the draw toolbar, and it's going to ask me first of all, I have to set the thickness of the wall. I'm going to do the exterior wall, which is about 10 inches thick. So I type 10 there, and I'm just going to trace over my plan, and I'm going to draw all the exterior walls. Okay. Now I need to fine-tune these walls. I want to make sure that they're in the exact right position so that the plumbing comes up in the right place. So I'm going to select the line tool, and if you'll notice, when I hover near a wall, there's a red line. I'm going to have to turn the graphics off for a second so you'll see this. Let's turn that off. If you notice, there's a red line under my mouse. The red line represents either the outside of the wall, the inside of the wall, or the center of the wall. All right. I'm going to clean up this corner here. Okay. Click the line tool. You see the red line there. I want to go outside to outside. Okay. And So now that I've got that, I'm going to turn the plan graphics back on. So these dimensions are given to me in segments on this plan. So I'm going to have to split this line up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this row of segments down here, and let's see, there's my line. I'm just going to draw another line perpendicular to that one, and if you'll notice, it split the line in two parts. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to put one at each segment, and then I'm going to adjust those to match the dimensions that are given to me down here. The first one is 20 feet. So I'll just highlight that line. And using the arrow keys on the keyboard is the easiest way to move this with precision. And I'm just going to move it until I get 20 feet there. And then this one is supposed to be 21 feet. Oh, I'm sorry, 20 feet. I'm using the bottom row of dimensions. So this should be 20 feet. And then 20 feet here. And then the last one should be 20 feet. So let's see here. What happened? 20, 20, 20. Oh, that's 20 feet out there. Okay. This goes all the way out to here. Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to use the second row of dimension lines. Unless I'm missing something. Nah. What is that? Well, I'm missing one dimension, but I think you get the idea. I'm missing the dimension for this segment here on this plan.
Can you use the large?
Yes.
Use the larger dimension, the 36-foot dimension, and just go into 3 segments?
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. 36.6 ends here. I got you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is select the line tool, and I'm going to delete that one. And there we go. Delete that one. And then we'll go from here to here, and then our dimension is 36.6. 36.6. Okay, there we go. And we can adjust the graphic in the background by clicking Align Image. Use your arrow keys, and you can move that plan with the arrow keys to get it centered where you want it. So the point is, you want to make sure that all the walls that you draw are in the right place. So from here, I won't do all the walls right now, but from here I would go to some of the interior walls, and I would set the width of each wall, and I'd go ahead and position those walls like I did the exterior walls. And the main walls that you're concerned with are the plumbing walls. The other walls you really don't have to worry about. So we're just going to draw some walls that have plumbing behind them. And we got one here. And once we get them positioned exactly where they should be dimension-wise, we're ready to start bringing in fixtures. So I would just select fixtures from the toolbar in the upper left-hand corner. What you can do is right-click on the fixture, and you can select from several fixtures that are already preloaded. You're going to want to label your fixtures with the fixture code first. So you may have a group of Gerber toilets. You might want to label all your Gerber toilets WC1. Then click OK. And you'll notice that the toilet is going to snap to the wall, and it's also going to rotate based on the orientation of the wall automatically. So we'll just drop it right there. And there it is, positioned perfectly against that wall. And the same with lavatories. You can right-click and select a specific lavatory, or you can just click once, and I'll show you that. Let me try that again. You can click one time and bring it on out, and you can always change it after you place it. In other words, I can hover over the lavatory, right-click, select Properties, and select a different lavatory. I might want to change it to Lab 2 or whatever.
Now, those interior walls, Mark, how do you know that they're dimensioned in the right spot exactly? Just because we're just using the color as no dimensions, just the interior walls, just so they lay properly over the drawing?
Okay, well, you're going to have to use the dimensions that are given to you on your plan. What I would do from here, I'll just position a couple of these walls here. I have a wall here that appears to be
2 by 6.
I have to figure out what the width of that wall is. The architect didn't give that to me right here, but assuming that this is a 6-inch wall, nominal 5.5. Once I place the wall, I can use my line tool again, and you can kind of see how that red line snaps to either the outside, middle, or inside of the lower wall.
Okay.
And then I can snap it to the same outside, inside, or middle of the upper wall. And there's my dimension, 11 foot 10 3/4. And it's supposed to be 12 foot. So all I do is click on the wall, and I can use the arrow keys on my keyboard. And I'm just going to use those keys and move it up until this dimension here reads 12 foot 0.
Gotcha.
And then we'll do the same again. We'll click the line tool again, and we're going to do the same with this dimension here. That's 8 foot 4 3/4. I can see that I need to adjust this wall down 3/4 of an inch, and then press enter, and it's pinned in place now. Of course, you can always drag the walls, but they're harder to control when you're looking for a specific dimension.
Yeah.
It's easier easier to use the arrow keys on the keyboard, or if you prefer to use the mouse, you can use these arrows up here.
Okay.
And then click again. And so there we go. We have a couple of more sinks here that we can pop into place. And I'll show you a little trick with back-to-back fixtures. You can always plumb a fixture pair in a back-to-back configuration. So I'll show you that in just a second. Let's just start with those fixtures. And let's say that we're ready to draw our DWV piping. At this point, we're going to select DWV in the far left draw toolbar. And let's say I've already determined where I want to come in with my DWV pipe. So I'll just drag from the lower downstream end to the furthest upstream end. And when I release the mouse button, it's going to ask me how deep in the ground I want the low end of this fixture to be. And I have to select a negative number, and that's read in terms of distance from the finished floor. So if I know that my pipe is going to be 36 inches below the finished floor, then I would put a negative 36. I'll just change that to a negative 24 inches below the finished floor. Click OK, and now it's 24 inches deep. Once you establish the depth of this first pipe, the rest of the pipes will fall into place based on the slope of your drainage piping. So we'll just connect this toilet. All I have to do is select the pipe size, which I've already got on 3-inch. I'm going to mouse down on the toilet and release it at the building drain, and it made my connection for me. You can verify that by going to the front view. We can see the pipe here.
Is that into the sewer line outside of the building? Is it going to be an invert elevation?
It can be. It certainly can be. Let's look at it from the side view. You can make it an invert by adding a vertical pipe to the end of it.
But the inches from finished floor, let's say that 24 inches, is that to bottom of pipe?
Oh, okay. Let's just check. We can check that pretty easy. Let me just delete that one.
Because let's say the civil drawings already have the invert for the sewer main coming up, so we know where we have to get to.
Yes, I'm with you. So I just drew a line from the line tool, even with the finished floor, and now I'm going to connect it to the pipe. And yes, to answer your question, that 24 inches equals 2 feet, which that is the center of the downstream end of the pipe.
Okay.
Now, while we're on this subject, if you find that you need to adjust the elevation, you can change it in the front or side view by clicking on the building or the first pipe and highlight it, and you can move it up and down with the arrow keys. And when you do that, it's going to move all your horizontal piping on that level up as well, so you'll maintain your same slope throughout.
Okay.
If you find that you need to adjust it, you can do that.
Okay.
And we'll just press enter. and go back to plan view. Now I'll go ahead and connect this lavatory here. I might use a 2-inch for that. And of course I can connect it using a combination here off of the 3-inch, or I can click undo. I can connect it using a Y if I choose to, or I can auto connect it by right-clicking the fixture, click Connect DWV, and then I just select which pipe I want to connect to. In this case, pipe 2, and if you'll notice, pipe 2 will turn red when you have it selected. And then I'll just click on Connect, and it'll automatically do its own connection. And just to show you what that looks like so far in the 3D model, I'll go to 3D view and we can take a look. Okay. Beg your pardon?
Did you develop this program?
Me and a couple of other developers.
All right. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, thank you. We're real excited about it. Anyway, there's your 3D. We'll close that for now. Now I mentioned back-to-back fixtures. If you set your fixtures back-to-back, it will automatically connect those with a cross, and it'll do a back-to-back connection. So we'll go to the side view. We can see that we have a sanitary cross, and all we need to do now is add a clean out. If we want to clean out right here, we can put a clean out in the wall. And so that, and let's go ahead and do a double sink here. And you can use whatever configuration you want, of course. You can connect with a Y or connect wherever you want. And there we go. Of course, floor drains the same way. Just drag them out. You can select from several different floor drains. We have some here. We have some included already. We have some trench drains and floor sinks, sump pits. Here's a 3-foot trench drain. Let's see here. I'll go back to 3-inch. And if you want to do a fixture that's not in the list, you can always go to Lists, Fixtures, and select the type of fixture you want to add. Click New, and it'll give you some default values that you could go in and change. We'll just call this New Demo Tub, and you can make it a right drain, left drain, corner tub. Of course, you change your dimensions over here. You can adjust your drain locations numerically over in this area here, or you can move the drain with a slide bar, and it will automatically update the numeric values to the left if you prefer to do it that way. Gives you a more visual means of adjusting the drain and the water supply locations. And then you you set your water supply fixture units, minimum pipe size, minimum pressure, drainage fixture units up here at the top. And when you're done, click OK. And it becomes part of the list. New demo tub right there. So now that we've added it, we just come over here to the left and then we'll have to add it to one of the fixture codes. Let's see where you are. There it is. Click OK. And there's our new tub. And if it doesn't orient itself automatically, you can always drop it, click on it, and rotate it with the rotator tool, and then set it wherever you want. And then from there, you're ready to connect it to the rest of the plumbing. So now we'll just connect. I'll go ahead and finish out this bathroom here. And we can zoom into that and connect it real quick. And we'll change our pipe size to 2-inch. Connect our lavatory. And our tub. It's running a little slow because of the Join Me app that's running in the background. So there's the drainage part of it. You can always turn off the graphics and get some information. You can get fixture locations in terms of distance from forms. And to do that, again, you're going to use the line tool and you're going to draw a line next to the wall. Now, if this form, if the concrete form is even with your walls, you can just select Snap Reference Line to Wall. And so that should work in terms of placing your fixtures a particular distance off of the concrete forms. If it's not, then you can always select that line that you just drew and then draw another line from the wall to your reference line, and you can move it to represent whatever, whether it be your form locations or whatever you want to pull off of. Sometimes you may be working off of a brick ledge or something like that. Then you can move that reference line. You might want to, if it's a brick ledge, it might be 5 inches. Whatever it is, just set that line there. Okay, hit enter. So once that's done, we'll just get rid of that one. And I'm just going to draw a line right next to the wall. Try that again. Select yes. All right. We'll do that with at least 2 walls. Sometimes it's helpful to use 3 walls And if you, or you can use all four, but 3 gives you a good reference. And then we select View Fixture Coordinates. And what it's going to do is automatically shoot dimension lines out to those reference lines. And it's also going to space them a little bit for you. You can always move them by hovering over the coordinate line and just drag it. It'll turn red when you hover over it.
And that's the center.
That's to the center of each stack for every fixture.
Okay.
Which is that's what you want when you're doing concrete plumbing.
Yeah.
And so you can send this out to the guys in the field, and they should have no excuse for not getting those stacks exactly where they need to be. Another thing is the pipe cut list. And let me just turn this off. You can create a pipe cut list for DWV. And you can pre-cut all your pipe in the shop on a chop saw in a controlled environment. That way you know you've got a good clean square cut on your pipe and you're not trying to cut it on the site. Each pipe is numbered. When you cut it, you mark the number on the pipe. These numbers correspond to pipe numbers that are shown to you when you select View Pipe Numbers. Now, some of these you can filter out everything above the slab over here in the viewfinder to the top right, and that'll help you where the numbers get jumbled together. You might even go a little bit closer. There we go. That'll filter out a lot of the numbers that you don't need. You can print this out and send it with the guys. You can save it as a PDF. Click Export Picture. That's what we do a lot, is we'll export a picture and save it as a PDF and send it to the guys to their smartphones, and they can look up the information on their phones. You can also see these numbers in the isometric view. Sometimes that's more helpful. And just zoom into that. And of course you can save this as a PDF as well, send it out with the guys. So with this and the pipe pre-cut and all the fittings, of course you get your bill of materials. Create bill of materials, select what phase of construction you want to order for. In this case, we're ordering for under the slab, and the slab is at floor level 0. We click OK, and all those fittings will be included in this list, ready to be faxed off to the supplier or emailed to your supplier. All these fittings here are taken from your drawing. You can add custom fittings based on fixtures, and I'll show you that. You can add fitting lists to each of your customers. You may have different lists for different customers. Each customer can be customized to fit their particular preferences. And that's done here. This customer's Harrington Residential. I can select any of these fixtures, and then I select the phase of construction, and then into this box here, I'll add items that I want to include for every fixture on the plan. In other words, for every water closet, for the slab phase, I want to order one test cap. For every water closet on the rough end phase, I want a copper hold right and a copper stub out L. For every kitchen sink on the rough end phase, I want to order these. For the final phase, you've got different materials for your various fixtures. Down here, you've got materials that you want to order for the entire project, not related to any fixtures. That you can customize the list there as well. So it's pretty flexible. You can tailor it for each of your customers. And now, if you get a customer all set up, and you get a new customer, and you don't want to have to start from scratch, you can do this. You can go to Customers, select New, and we'll just type New Customer here, whatever their name is and all their information. You can assign same selections as one of your previous customers, and that will set up that custom tailored item list for your new customer, just as it was for a previous customer. So we see there that when we change customers, we'll find out that the list is the same. Here's my new customer. I go to material selections for this customer, and this is already set up based on the template that I used. And you can, of course, now you can go in and change this and customize this for your new customer. So it's pretty flexible. Of course, you've got water distribution as well, and that's basically the same as DWV in terms of functionality. You select your pipe sizes, select where you're going to enter the building, and let's see, you bring in your main, and you just hover over a fixture, move the mouse toward the main, and it'll add the connections. Your water heater, before you can draw any hot water piping, you've got to place a water heater on the plan. So there's our water heater, and when we connect the water heater, it's going to automatically extend a hot pipe that I can drag out to the rest of the plan. And I'm just going to get rid of that extension there. And everything else is pretty much the same. Make your water connections that way. Let's see. You can set up a wall as a wall that you want to avoid piping. You might not want to run pipe straight down through the wall into the footing, for instance. So I'll go to Wall, I'll click on the wall, and over here to the left, I'll click on Offset Pipes. that designates this wall as an offset wall, and you'll see a line down through the middle of it indicating that it's an offset wall. So what happens when I add water distribution and DWV piping is it's going to offset around that wall. And I'll show you what I mean. When we go to the front view, well, for whatever reason, that one didn't offset. Might have to extend this drain back a little bit. Let's see, offset front to connect it to 11. Let's see here. Okay, go to front view. There we go. It offset around the wall, extended straight with 245s. If you're in instances where you have a crawl space, you might want to make this a Y with a clean out instead of a 45. You can always do that, and it'll add a clean out adapter to the back of your Y. So that's basically it. There are a lot of little ins and outs that you can pick up along the way. We have other videos that you can look at. Of course, you can always contact us with any questions. We don't support gas piping yet. That is in the plans, but we've got our hands full right now. So I'm not sure exactly when that's coming out, but it's on the way.
What's your clientele base?
My what?
Your clientele base. How many clients are you supporting right now?
Oh, we've had in the neighborhood of 7,000 downloads.
Okay.
So yeah, we got several thousand customers using it.
And you're in plumbing?
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Your expertise is in plumbing, Mark?
Yeah, mine is in plumbing, and I do some programming too. But I have experience in both ends of it.
Okay, great. Mark, we get PDFs, full on plumbing plans from builders.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we can import those plans into the software, or how does that work if there's already an existing design?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of what I did here. I'll just go back and demonstrate that real quick. I'm going to save this plans. Save this real quick, and I'm going to file new. So you've got a PDF. You'll go to File, and I'm sorry it's running a little low, a little slow because of the meeting software. So what we'll do is go to File, Import Plans, Import. You can import PDFs, or you can import JPEGs, GIFs, bitmaps, but a lot of people are using PDFs now. And once I select Import PDFs, it's going to open a browser where I can browse my computer and locate the PDF. And let me find another one. I don't see the site plan. Here we go. construction plans right here. And most of them are multi-page, so you can page through it. It's going to take a few seconds to open with there we go. You can page through it, or if you already know the page number, just type it in here. Press enter. Okay, here's our foundation plan. We'll definitely need that on floor level 0. So we select the area that we want to import with the mouse, and then the import selected area. And now we're going to set the scale. So we want to zoom in and find a dimension that we can use. And here's 34 feet 0 inches. Now with the left mouse button, I'm going to mouse down and release. I can always go back and adjust the inlines if I'm not happy with where they ended up with my arrow keys. And once I've got them where I want them, I'll type that dimension in the little box at the top in terms of feet and inches. This is 34 feet and 0 inches. Click OK, and the scale is set. And so you'll do that for your first floor. You'll go through the same routine: import plans, import PDF.
Hey, but what if you have a PDF that's already designed from an engineer, a plumbing plan already?
Oh, a plumbing plan. Well, you just have to draw your pipes over his, because it won't go in and read his notes, and it won't read his pipe locations.
Okay.
So you would just, most of the engineers' plans don't actually work in real life anyway. So you'll end up having to redo them anyway.
Question.
I like the idea of 38.
Yes.
You know, with pavement. Just take a look and see how it works.
How old is this product or software, Mark?
How long has it been out?
Yeah.
It's been out since 2005. Not this exact version, but it was in a more basic version in 2005.
And you mentioned something about a new update next month.
Yes, that's going to really be cool for water distribution. And I'll give you a little rundown on that. Currently, we have water distribution capabilities, but this new one is this new release is going to automatically route your water distribution piping for you. All you have to do is draw in your water main, and then you select from the tools toolbar. There'll be another option to auto route water distribution piping. And once you have all your fixtures placed, it will, one thing it'll do is it'll find the shortest route for the cold water to each fixture. And then you can optionally set it to automatically route a water recirculation loop for the hot water. and it'll find the shortest route through the building, whether up to 6 floors. It'll find the walls, and it'll go up the walls, and it'll avoid any obstacles. You'll have the ability to draw in obstacles with your mouse, and you can it will automatically avoid obstacles. So it's pretty powerful. Then from there, it'll automatically size the whole water distribution system to engineering standards, so you know you've got plenty of pressure at each fixture. So that's going to be big in places where energy conservation is big. I can see California being a really good place for that software. Not only is it going to save you water, but it'll also save energy, because let's face it, when somebody goes to wash their hands, they turn the faucet on and they run a gallon or two of water down the drain before the hot water ever gets there, and there's lost water and there's lost energy. So the water recirculation loop is really going to be big, I think.
It's mandatory in some areas.
It is mandatory?
Yeah, in some jurisdictions.
Wow, is that right?
Yeah,
well, that's going to be a good market.
Are you guys installing water heaters?
I'm sorry, it broke up a little bit.
Tankless heaters? Are you guys doing that?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Tankless water heaters?
Oh, tankless water heaters. Yes, the new version does. I'm not sure about, let's see here. I don't. Yeah, it's not going to draw it in a square. The new version will, and like I say, that'll be out within just a few weeks. It will give you the option for a tankless water heater. This one, it says tankless, but it still draws it as a tank type. You'll have right here, when you select from your water heaters, you'll have a Rinnai water heater that'll actually draw out and will connect like a tankless. Let's see, I don't think we have that option here at all. No, we can do water heaters and water filters, water softeners, but not tankless. But like I say, that'll be out within a few weeks.
Okay.
So there's a lot of other little stuff that you can delve into. I won't overwhelm you too much right now, but feel free to contact us if you have any questions.
Yeah, we're probably going to do it on a trial basis to start.
Sure. That sounds good. Yeah, I would too, and just make sure it'll work for you.
God, I mean, it looks good. That's what we're kind of looking for, and looks like you guys put some time and effort into it.
Well, yeah, to say the least. It's been a real experience.
I was just talking to Josh here. He's our IT guy, that I wanted him to develop something like this for us, but lo and behold, Daniel found this one right here, QuickPlumb, and it's just exactly what I want to do.
That's fantastic. Well, that's how I got interested. I was plumbing years ago, and I started looking for something I could use for my plumbing business, and I couldn't find anything, and so I went to work. I got some developers lined up, and it's been a long road, but it's been good.
Good.
Well, I appreciate your time, and
thank you.
We'll have to stay in touch. I'll of course keep you updated with any developments, and you'll be notified via email. You'll also get a notice when you close QuickPlumb. When the update is ready, it'll tell you, and then you can either download it right then or you can wait and download it later. It doesn't matter. But you'll know when that next update is out.
Okay. Daniel or Josh will be contacting you.
Great. That sounds good.
Run for us.
That sounds good. I'll look forward to it.
Okay, we appreciate your time, Mark.
Thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
Thank you. Y'all take care.
Okay.
Bye.